Hey, welcome back to Home Studio Pro, and watch this. Huh, no hands. How did I do that? Obviously, I'm utilizing the Stream Deck pedal from Elgato. I just picked this up. It's about $80, so not the most expensive thing I've ever brought here into the home studio, but something I was willing to take a chance on. Quite honestly, I didn't know if I would like it using a pedal to control things on my live stream. I've always used the actual physical Stream Decks, and I'm very well invested into this ecosystem. I've got the XL here. I've got the Stream Deck Mini here. I use the standard size Stream Deck for remote streaming. Oh, ready? Watch this again. Here we go. No hands. And I don't necessarily mind somebody using their hands or being a little bit distracted while they're live streaming or making a video because I know they're all by themselves. It's a one-person operation. So I've never been a stickler on that, but I thought, hey, it might be cool to try this out, to be able to do things like, oh, that right there, without actually using your hands. Would this simplify things? Would I like it? The answer is, yeah, so far so good. I'm a couple weeks in, and I definitely have enjoyed this. I also need to show you, because I set up a camera right below my desk. This is my foot right now controlling this video recording. 3 buttons, again, left, middle, and right. I do have to say, full disclosure here, I normally don't wear shoes when I do this, and I have a better grip and feel of the 3 buttons. Right now, with my shoe on, it feels a little bit different. Not bad, but maybe I'm just getting used to it. Oh, yeah. By the way, you're also realizing right now that I do have that shade of green carpet here in the home studio, don't I? Yes, I definitely do. Purchased it at IKEA a couple years ago. I was just looking for the best sound insulation for the room, something that would absorb the sound. And yes, that kind of like shag green carpeting was the cheapest and easiest thing to put in. So yeah, let's get that out of the way, but I digress. Okay, you want to see me advance the keynote presentation? That's the far right button left on your screen, but right as I'm doing it here. So watch me hit the button, and then yeah, there you go. It moved the presentation forward. This is what it looks like from the stock photo from Elgato. That person obviously has a very clean setup. I only see one wire there, but yeah, it sits on your floor, plugs right into your computer, works with your pre-existing Stream Deck software. So this is such a simple thing to add if you're already in the Stream Deck ecosystem. Ready for me to advance it again? I feel like I just got to use this shot as many times as possible. Let's advance the keynote. I did that, and we'll show you how it moves on here. To my favorite features. Okay, number one, there are these 3 buttons. Now, you're asking yourself, why 3? Well, number one, and there is kind of this detent area in the middle, so you can kind of feel it out. You can feel where that middle area is. I think if you had more than 3 buttons, your foot might actually get confused. And if you think about driving a car, typically with an automatic transmission, there's 2 pedals. There's the brake and there's the accelerator. On a manual transmission, there's the clutch. If you even see these cars anymore, there's the clutch, the brake, and the accelerator. But there's not 4 pedals. There's never 4 pedals. That's too much. In fact, even 3 pedals for some people and shifting gears is too much. So similar to the Stream Deck, I do feel like, well, some people might say, why not put more buttons? 3 is enough for your brain and your foot to kind of work with at the same time. And you can see how I use it here. I just kind of rotate my heel, button left, button middle, and button right. See, that proves it. I didn't edit this. That's actually my foot right now in real time. Okay, there are spring tensions for these buttons. So what you do is you can actually take off the whole top of the pedal, the casing of it. You can replace the springs to make it easier or tougher to push the button down. Now, I've left the default springs in there because I feel like these work just fine for me. I do understand some people would want to make it more sensitive so that they barely tap it and it changes, or some people want to make it so they really have to push down and get the button to depress. For me, this one's fine, but I do appreciate that Elgato have thought this out to say, okay, some people are going to want a different feel for this, and they include the springs. That's awesome. It's got a USB-C input to the back, obviously USB into your computer, so really nothing difficult about the setup. Oh, middle button again. And yes, it does use the same software as all the other Stream Deck products. And with that said, look, no hands again. I'll go to this camera real fast. I'll set up my computer so that I can better show this to you here. And middle button should bring me back to it. Okay, there we are. So this is how it looks with my Stream Deck software. As you can see, the left button where it says On Cam Clean is going to bring me to that. The middle button where my foot is now is going to bring me back to my little 2x1 box here. So the computer is on that side and I'm over here. And then the right button right now is programmed to just hit the next slide on my keynote, which is what you're witnessing. I can also set up different profiles for this. Like, for example, if I was doing a live stream, I'd hit the far right button to be on camera with the live bug. I'd hit the far left button so that it would show my GoPro shot up there. Also with the, where is it? Live bug. That way. I can't get to it. The live bug is up there. Right? Anyway, you understand what I'm doing here. All right, let's go back to this. Let's actually take off the live bug. Okay, but you are obviously a little bit limited in the fact that there are, oops, that was the middle button and I forgot to change the profile, see? So you are a little bit limited in the fact that there are only 3 buttons here. So you can't do everything necessarily, right? That like you can here with the XL. There's multiple rows of buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 across times 8 columns times 4 rows, 32 total buttons over here and 6 buttons. So you do feel, I suppose at some point, maybe a bit limited to think about, okay, what are the only 3 things that you want to control with your foot pedal? But again, if you use these different profiles wisely, I do think that you can be very effective. And yeah, considering what you're doing here, like if I'm going to record a podcast, I've got buttons for that. If I'm going to do the live Q&A, I've got buttons for that. And I do plan to set up even more profiles down the road. So very customizable, well built. I do feel like I could, wail on this thing a little bit and it's not going to break. This is a good product from Elgato. I mean, I'm honestly very impressed by pretty much everything they make. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and it helped you understand what the Stream Deck pedal is all about, maybe how you could use it in live streaming or recording of videos. It just works for me in my ecosystem. Again, I'm already deep in the Stream Deck, ATEM Mini stuff here. Now, if you're wondering, what can you use this for? I mean, there's tons of plugins and ways to use Stream Deck, including with OBS. So I'm an ATEM person here for my switching and my video routing, but if you're using software, specifically OBS, like a lot of people do, you can definitely use Stream Deck software and this pedal for that. More on how I do this with BitFocus Companion and the ATEM and the Stream Deck, that's for a different video. But just to highlight the Stream Deck pedal, very versatile, good value for your money. Again, well built. I probably should have bought this a long time ago. If this video helped you out, thumbs up on it. I'd really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots more great stuff for you and your home studio coming out soon.